Well, hey friends and neighbors, this is Chuck out at Sheridan Park Farms. Welcome back to the farm. So a few videos ago, we were asking folks to take a guess at how many piglets 3 adult experienced sows would have. Well, the numbers are in. We've had all the piglets that we're going to have off those 3 girls, and today we can give you a definitive number on how many piglets everybody had. All of them were a little different. Some of them had a little better experience than others. So we'll talk about what happened with each of those sows and their piglets, how many they had, and all that kind of thing. We also have had a couple of our pigs that were over in a feeder group. Jake, our boar, had gotten in with those. We had some unplanned pregnancies, and those girls gave birth in the past day or two, and we're going to talk about some of the problems and the issues that we had there. It's not been pretty. It was a little bit of a challenge there for a little while. So we'll show those piglets to you, talk about the problems that we had there. Stay tuned to the end. We're going to name our winner on our hat contest, who picked the right number of piglets to be born. We're going to send them a free Sheridan Park Farms hat, so stay tuned to the end. We'll share who that was. And then finally, man, we got a lot going on. Finally, we have invested in some new camera and sound equipment for the videos and the video production. Leave me a comment down below. How does this sound? How does it look? Better, worse, about the same? You don't care. You're going to watch this anyway. I hope that's your answer. But anyway, leave us a comment down below what you think about the video production. And let's go talk about and look at some baby piglets. Everybody loves a piglet. Let's go see them. So this mama here, this is the one that in the past we've called her our superstar. She's weaned as many as 14 piglets off in one farrowing. She done pretty well this time. She had a total of 17. She was huge. I mean, she was big as a house. She had a total of 17. If I remember right, 5 of them were mummified. 1 was stillborn. And then we've lost 1 since she gave birth. So she had 1 that it was a little runt. It was really, really small, and it actually nursed, but it ended up passing. It didn't make it. So she still got 10 on her. So had a total of 17. Everybody here is doing really, really good. The interesting thing about this mom is she brought herself up here. She's on the back side of the farm near the property line at the fence. She's about 100 yards away from where her paddock mates were at that gave birth. So she extracted herself out and came off way up here on top of the hill by herself to have these piglets where there wasn't any other piglets or other mamas around to give her any grief or give her any problem. We're coming up, feeding her in the morning, making sure she's got water a couple times a day. She came up and made a super nice nest, had it burned up, a lot of hay, and so she is just done, she's done fantastic. I mean, she's a really, really good mom. So total number on her, 17. All right, so this is mom number 2, and mom number 2 had a total of 15 piglets altogether, 4 of which were mummified. So she had 11 live births, and actually all 11 are still on her. So she has been a fantastic mom. This is the one, she gave birth right at the end of a storm that we were having. The rain was stopping, the temperature was starting to come up. She had her piglets about 24, 48 hours after another red one who ended up losing all of hers. And all of hers, she had 10. So altogether, there were 42 piglets born. But this mom here, she had hers, like I say, about 24, 48 hours after that other mom, and hers have done fantastic. We counted this morning, I think there's 6 girls, 5 boys in the group. This was a good mom. She's done excellent. She's not had any problems. All the piglets have done fine. We had a little bad weather roll through yesterday morning. I came up to check on them. She had tucked them all up and under an old dead fallen tree and was protecting them that way. So this mom had a total of 15. The other mom had 17. The red mom lost all of hers. She had 10, so that gives us a total of 42. So if your guess was 42, you're in the running. We're going to announce who the winner was here in just a minute. Y'all remember the old TV commercials, but wait, there's more. So this mom right here is one that our boar Jake had gotten over in the pen, and we had some unplanned pregnancies. So she farrowed she's about 40, a little over 48 hours out now from farrowing. And she had a total of 10. Now these are not as part of the number that we're talking for the hat deal, but she had a total of 10. And when she initially had hers, she was up there laying next to that tree early in the morning, and the sun started coming out, and she was right in the sun, and she was getting hot. It was one of those nice days that we had a couple days ago, about 80 degrees. So she was getting really hot, and quite frankly, she just was not doing well with them. So we ended up moving her hay down here, and she ended up having her piglets right here in the hay. And so that was all going along well, fine and good until yesterday morning, and we had a terrible, terrible rainstorm come through. I came up before daylight, put some more hay out, and then we had this terrible rain come through, came up and checked, and if y'all saw the short that we posted yesterday, her piglet was one of the ones that had gotten wet and cold, and I thought it was dead, and we ended up putting it in the brooder. Well, it ended up not making it. But she had a total of, like I said, I think she had a total of 11. We've got 7 left, and they're all doing pretty good. These piglets are just as cute as they can be. Get around up here. She's very protective. She just does not like you being over here. But her piglets are doing fantastic, and she's got 7 left on her. But there's another mama up here that had some piglets, so let's go see if we can get close to her. She's super fussy about getting close, but let's go see if we can check in on those. All right, so the winner of our hat contest was Dusty Acres. Dusty guessed 42 piglets, and they were absolutely correct. 42 is what we had. Had 7 or 8 folks that had guessed 42, but Dusty is the name that we pulled out of the hat. So I've left Dusty a message on their comment where they said that their guess was 42, but I've not got a response back. So Dusty, if you're watching this, send me an email, chuck@SheratonParkFarms, and we'll get in contact with you. We'll try to get the information to get your hat mailed out to you. And again, we're going to send you a brand new Sheraton Park Farms hat, no extra mud included. We're going to send you a clean one that's never been worn. So Dusty Acres, email me, chuck@SheratonParkFarms.com, and we'll get your hat to you. Thanks. All right, so here's mama number 5, and as I came over the hill to set the camera up, she got up and started grunting at me. We're not going to get any closer. I've got some other footage that I'll kind of show here of these piglets. This mom here, she gave birth to 12, and then yesterday morning during that horrible rain, like I said, I came out before daylight, checked on her. She was in a nest down here at the bottom of the hill, and she had taken some sticks and twigs and some of that kind of thing and had formed up a little bit of a nest. And then we had this terrible rain. I mean, it was a downpour. Came back up to check. Her and the piglets were literally standing in mud, and some of those piglets were belly deep in mud, and they were cold and shivering, and it was just terrible. So I didn't know we were going to get the rain that we did, but put some hay out for her, built up a little bit of a nest, and could not get her to go over in it. So I was in there fighting with her, trying to catch all the piglets up and put them over into the hay. Well, finally got all the piglets caught up, put them over into the hay, backed out because she was just madder than snot at me being there. Backed out to where I could still see her, but she couldn't see me. She was scratching around in the hay, and finally she laid down, and all those piglets were up in that hay. So she had 12. We counted earlier this morning. We're at 11, so she has lost 1. I don't know where it is. We can't find it, but again, we don't want to get out there and mess with her too much. But these piglets they're doing great. We've had really good weather today in that it's been warm. We've had plenty of sunshine. And these piglets, when we came out and checked them this morning, they were super pink and very active and all that kind of thing. And right now, you know, they're on high alert. They're checking me out. They're wondering what's going on with all the noise up here. But yeah, they're looking good. So we got 11 here. So all together, trying to do math on camera, I think we've got 39 piglets on this farm right now, with 1 sow to go. There's one girl that's pregnant. She's not had hers yet. She was another inadvertent pregnancy from the boar. So 39 piglets. So for those of you that are asking about buying piglets, I still don't know. You know, until we get to weaning and we know how many of these piglets are going to survive and how many are going to just get to weaning that are going to make it. Because, you know, some of these are still within, they're a little iffy. I mean, these piglets are iffy. That last mom we just looked at, they're kind of iffy. You know, until we get past about 72 hours or 96 hours or so, and they really get their legs under them, they're kind of iffy. It's going to be cold again tonight, but no rain, so I think we're okay there. But until we know how many piglets we can get to weaning, I just have no idea if I'm going to have any to sell. So stand by, more to come. All right, there they are, all the piglets that's farrowed here on the farm in the past, gosh, I guess week and a half, 2 weeks. And I had somebody reach out to me and said, you know, maybe you could do some consulting with us and help us learn how to farrow on our farm. And I responded back, right now I just don't feel like I'm the right guy to do that. You know, we lost that whole litter over there because of the weather and not being prepared. We ended up losing a couple of these off of these last two mamas, because of the weather. And I tell you, as a farmer, it gets extremely frustrating whenever you're fighting the calendar and you're fighting the weather and trying to do the right thing, and you're still losing piglets. You know, I lost that one piglet yesterday. Where are they at? I lost that one piglet yesterday that we put in the brooder, and that was very disheartening. And quite frankly, I had a very visceral reaction to that, because of, you know, the work you put in, and then things don't go right, and sometimes that's a tough pill to swallow. So if you're thinking about farrowing on your farm and getting into this, it can be one of the most rewarding experiences that you could ever have, but man, it can be frustrating and heartbreaking all at the same time. So, but I guess if it were easy, everybody would be doing it, right? Like we always say, please keep us in your prayers. May God bless you and your families, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks.